بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. It is a pleasure to have you here for today's ATS resume writing workshop. I am Imran Shahzad, founder of Elite Career Pathways. On behalf of my team and our collaboration partner, Career Sync Global, I would like to thank you for taking the time to be part of this learning session. The purpose of today's workshop is to help you understand how recruiters and applicant tracking system, the ATS, evaluate resumes, how they check the profiles, and what makes a CV stand out. We'll cover ATS best practices, common mistakes to avoid in your CV, practical resume writing tips, and it will be followed by a question and answer session. Okay, so today's session is about ATS friendly resume writing, and the focus was what exactly the recruiters want to see in our CVs. Before I take you through to the central part of the presentation, I would like to tell you a little bit about Elite Career Pathways. So let's just go ahead and start with that. We are a career service provider. We help individuals improve their professional profiles during their job search. And the services that we provide are resume writing, LinkedIn profile optimization. We provide you tailored cover letters. And also, we help you out with your digital portfolios, whether they are business websites, your personal websites, or your e-commerce websites. A lot of people ask us, or they want to know where exactly we are based. We started off from Pakistan, and now we have expanded our operations in more than 3 countries. We have people in Australia, in the UK, in Qatar, in UAE, and of course, in Pakistan. And we are handling these operations remotely. Now, whenever you consider working with someone, you would like to have a look at their achievements or the success their clients have gained after working with them. So yes, we've had several successful outcomes lately. Some of the success stories have been shared on my LinkedIn profile, which can be reviewed if you guys want to have a look at it. This is our contact detail. If you guys want, you can just reach us out either by email, by our WhatsApp number. You can connect with us on LinkedIn, our Facebook page, or you can visit our website and get in touch with our chat support team on the website. That was a little introduction of what we do and how you guys can reach us. Now, coming to the core of our session, which was the ATS resume writing. Now, what exactly is mean by ATS? We've had a previous session as well, not too long ago. It was just in the previous week. And after that, we had a question and answer session as well. So practically, this is the third session. However, this is the first session conducted by Elite Careers and myself. So as we know, ATS is an applicant tracking system. It is a software or recruitment software used by recruiters or the employers to scan, filter, or track job applications during the hiring process. So what ATS does, whenever we try and develop a software or we try and build a machine, we are expecting that software or the machine to minimize the workload, help us out in doing whatever we are doing, whatever the tasks we have, the responsibilities, and the daily routine work. We want the software or the machine to help us out. Similarly, ATS systems are designed to help recruiters manage job applications, resumes, search specific or certain candidates that they're looking for with the help of the keywords, shortlist applicants. So that's what ATS actually does. The popular ATS softwares, Workday, Greenhouse, Liver, Telio, and Smart Recruiters. These are the softwares that help companies or recruiters to screen out the CVs. They reduce their workload and they help them out in the recruitment process. As we said, the reason we already discussed, why companies use the ATS in modern hiring. Well, whenever, as I said, we design a system, we program it in certain ways either by certain keywords, certain numbers, or certain phrases by which we want to search our required data, our required candidate, or any information that we might be looking for. Same is the reason companies use the ATS systems so that they can find more CVs that are relevant to the job advertisement or to the vacancy that they have advertised, because it makes the recruitment faster, more consistent, and more efficient, of course. Now, the question is, does ATS impact job application? And if it does, then how does it happen? As we discussed, companies use ATS system to manage or filter large number of job applicants. For example, we all use LinkedIn nowadays. You guys must have noticed that on one job application or one job vacancy, there are hundreds of job applicants that apply for the vacancy. It's not humanly possible to go through every CV one by one and get the best candidate out of those 100 or 500 or maybe 1,000 CVs. So what ATS does, it scans the resumes that we upload to the company's system. It is basically programmed either by keywords, by job titles, certain qualifications or certifications, or sometimes formatting or layout or certain sections. Which of course means a well-organized or optimized resume have a higher chances of being shortlisted. When we say optimized, do not get confused with this word. It means the resume that is properly aligned, properly designed, it has a proper structure that ATS can scan in a better way. We'll discuss what exactly is the structure, then it will make more sense. So since ATS scans with certain keywords or certain phrases, the resumes that do not have those relevant keywords, they are rejected automatically. I have noticed quite a lot of times, you guys have also might have noticed, that sometimes we get a rejection email within half an hour or in a few minutes after applying, and we are even surprised that how did they manage to scan our CV in a few minutes or in a very quick time. So that's how it's happening in the background. Their automatic system works. It scans for the certain words or certain sections. If it does not see that in your CV, you're out of the race. And again, as I said, poor formatting can also make your resume difficult for ATS to read it properly. So the resumes that will have multi-sections, scattered information, graphics, graphs, tables, or heavy designing or colors, they might not score well in the ATS system. So let's try and figure out how does actually ATS screening really work. Because we can only compete or get through the ATS system if we will understand how it really works. So if we understand how ATS works, then we'll definitely be able to prepare our resumes that will be more ATS friendly. So what ATS does, it is basically...
There is a question. Are you going to answer the questions right now, or you are going to take the questions later?
I would prefer that we do the QA session after the completion of this presentation, please. So ATS scans resumes before our CV or our resume reaches to a human. As we discussed, that it is basically designed to lower the workload of humans. So that's what it actually does. It scans the resumes, filters out the best candidates, and then the next step is the filtered or the screened resumes that have gone through the ATS. They are reviewed by the human. Keywords that we use, the formatting style, and the structure, it really affects your score in the ATS. It's very simple to understand. If we mention the keyword, obviously the system will pick it up. Now, what does it have to do with the formatting and the structure? What do we exactly mean by that? So ATS is more friendly towards simple, a clean layout that is very easy to scan for ATS. So a simple layout. Now, the next step is the structure. What exactly we mean by the structure? Structure is the internal part of your resume. When you start putting in the sections properly, it becomes more friendly for ATS. For example, your key skills is one of the very powerful or the key section of your CV. And if you have mentioned it on the second page, you might not be able to get the results that you will get if you will mention it on the first page right under the professional summary. That is why many candidates get rejected if they have not optimized. Again, I'm using the word optimize, which means they have not properly prepared their resume in a formatting style which is more friendly to the ATS. So they get rejected. Now we'll exactly learn what are the mistakes that we make while we are preparing our resumes. We try to make our resume look beautiful, visually appealing. This is actually what is killing our chances of getting shortlisted if we're applying through an ATS system. ATS does not like graphics. It does not like tables. Of course, if you will miss the keywords or the job-related keywords specifically that are mentioned in the job description, you won't be able to get through the ATS. Incorrect file type. I've experienced personally that people have sent me the image of their resumes and I didn't know what to do with it. Sometimes companies do mention that you can upload your resumes either in a doc file. Doc file is the file that we save in the Word format, or you can upload in the PDF format. It's never recommended to upload your resume in a picture format or JPG format. Again, either it's the doc style, the Word file, or the PDF that is recommended. And if you have not mentioned that what impact you have created when you are in the previous role, like what achievements did you actually get, or if you will just copy and paste the job description on the resume, ATS will not score you for the high rankings. HR has already given specific key phrases or keywords to ATS, as we already discussed, that they have programmed it the way they want to program. If they are looking for certain skills in a candidate, they will definitely program it accordingly. If they are looking for certifications or certain experience, they will do it accordingly. And if we haven't followed that, that's a mistake, and we might not be able to get through the ATS. This was the core point of our today's workshop, what recruiters actually look for in a resume. Most recently, I have experienced that when candidates email me the CVs, it's quite general. They do not specify at the start of the CV that what exactly they are, what are their expertise, and what is their experience, which does not really make sense. Clear positioning at the top of your CV, then the professional summary. Shouldn't be a generic summary at all. It should be focused. When I say focused or generic, it means sometimes candidates have more than one experiences. Just like myself, I had experience in the food and beverages in the UK, and then I came back to Pakistan, and I joined a call center, then I joined a customer service role, then I went into the visa consultancy, then I went to the aviation. Now I am in FMCG company, which is based in the UK. So what do we mean by focused summary or the focused or the clear positioning? The job that we're applying for must be targeted in the CV application that we're doing. If I have experiences from my past, I'm not going to put all the experiences in front, but I'll focus more on the one that is more relevant. And then I can mention other positions not very focused. The one that I'm targeting is going to be more clear or more focused. So it gives an idea to the recruiter or to the HR that what exactly I am. As I said, relevant skills, keyword alignment, it is very important. If a company is looking for a call center representative or a manager or a supervisor, they would definitely want someone who is well aware of the call center practices or terminologies. For example, there is a very common term in customer service or in call centers, which is AHT, that means average handling time. Now, a manager or a supervisor must know that what exactly it means and how it is controlled. How can we improve the team's AHT? And if someone has not mentioned this skill in his application that is made to the call center supervisor level, or there are other skills as well, just like a first call resolution, which is FCR. There are other terms like service level agreement, which is SLA. There is average waiting time. I mean, you can always have relevant key skills or terminologies with every job that you need to mention in the job. These are called the keywords. And if you use these keywords, which are relevant to the job description or the position that you're applying for, which means you have tried to align your CV with the job description, that puts you in a much better position. Then, of course, the quantifiable achievements and impact. As I mentioned when I was displaying the previous slide, quantifiable achievements are the percentage values. For example, a call center representative has improved the team's performance by 10% or by 20%. How? By working on certain principles, by improving the team's AHT, by improving the team's average wait time. What is average wait time? Average wait time is the time when your customer is waiting on the call to speak with the customer service representative. That is your average wait time. And how it is kept to a minimum? By proper training, by awareness of the scenarios, by proper staffing, and making sure that when you need your maximum people on call, they are on call, they are not on break. This is the way your customer will have to wait for a less time and they will be served quickly. So average wait time will go down and the call center performance will go up. That is the understanding of your impact that you have created in your role. You can relate it with your own role. How did you achieve? It changes with the job or the position that you're applying for. I have mentioned in almost every slide that strong formatting is a must. If we have a complex or a difficult formatting where we have tried to stuff our CV with all the keywords or all the experiences that we have, it will not make sense to a recruiter, basically. And ATS might also miss keywords or your key points that you have mentioned in the CV. So strong formatting and readability. You have to leave white spaces in your CV. There are a lot of CVs that are being sent to me. And when I read the CVs in the first side, the impression is, oh, they try to put everything to make sure their CV is 1 page. Your CV can be of 2 pages. It can be of 3 pages, as long as you have justified the space that you have used. So strong formatting and readability is also a must to follow. On your screen, now you would be able to see what exactly an ATS resume look like. You guys can zoom. I might not be able to zoom because if I do, I might mess things up. So the one on the left of your screen is one of the ATS friendly format. You can find more ATS friendly formats on my website, which I displayed already. I'll display it again for you guys. Now you'll be able to understand the structure. Let's start from the very top where you mentioned the name. After the name, it is clear positioning, what exactly you are, what you did, and what you want to do. Then your contact details, it could be your location, your phone number, your email address, your LinkedIn profile, or your digital profile. Then the professional summary, the skills section. There are other ways to mention skills section as well. This is one of the ways I've used. Then comes your experience and your education. Then goes the certification or the trainings that you might have. So this was the structure for an ATS one. The structure displayed on the right side of the screen. It is one of the most wanted and liked by my clients because of its clear and neat structure. Now, I always recommend to have at least 2 versions of the CV. Why I do that? One version, as we discussed, is simplified, single column for ATS screening. Once you have passed through the ATS screening and you get a call from HR that please share your updated resume with us, then you can share this one or another layout and another formatting style that suits you. That should at least mention your strengths very clearly, for the recruiter, because now it's going to be reviewed by a human. I understand. I haven't used the colors. Colors attract the humans. On the other hand, your own skills or your expertise might get buried in the colors. So what we actually do is we try to put more focus on your skills and your expertise, your experience, instead of putting focus on the colors that we want to use in the CV. You use the clean structure, you place your sections properly, the content is strong, there's nothing stopping to that. Since you've already reached a human, you can use a clean or neat structure. If you like this one, you can adopt this one as well. Instead of copying and pasting the job descriptions, focus on achievements. What did you actually do? How did you do it? And what did you achieve after doing that? This is called achievement-focused language. Then again, use the industry relevant keywords. Do not try to put all sorts of words or the keywords in the CV. Instead, try and use them naturally. What do you mean by that? We need to put a balance of the keywords and your own experience, the human touch in the CV. So we can use a balanced approach while preparing our CV to make sure it is ATS friendly, as well as the other CV stays the HR or the human friendly. Now, the people who are applying or who are in the Middle Eastern or the Gulf region, or even in the UK or Europe as well, they know the importance of their LinkedIn profile. Most of the times when we apply for a job, the company or the recruiter will specifically ask us to share our LinkedIn profile, even sometimes our Facebook profile as well. So that's what exactly we do as well. We try to put focus not only on your CV, but on your LinkedIn profile as well. Same approach we use for the LinkedIn. However, LinkedIn is more like a storytelling, while CV or the resume is tailored. You can put more data on LinkedIn. CV is tailored, so it is focused and specific to the job-related position that you're applying. If our CV is telling something and the LinkedIn profile is telling something else, it's not going to make sense to the recruiter. So always try and align your LinkedIn profile with the CV so that your CV and your LinkedIn profile, they both deliver the same message to the recruiter or to the hiring company. So far, with this session we wanted to learn what recruiters want to see in our CVs, or what are the mistakes to avoid in our CVs. Why we wanted to learn that? Because we wanted to increase our chances to land more interviews. And to land more interviews, all of these points that we discussed are a must. First of all, the optimization is a must for the modern hiring system. I'll go over the optimization again. It means a resume is properly structured. All the sections are properly placed. This is called optimization. It has used the keywords which are relevant to the job or the industry. Or the other resume that we have has to be recruiter friendly, that we might need to email directly to the HR. As we mentioned, the strategic positioning is also very important. Positioning is the first headline of your CV that defines what exactly you did and what is your experience or the level of your profile. And again, if we are not able to land any interviews, we need to improve continuously. A key to success, which is willingness to learn, accepting your mistakes, always be willing to learn new things, adopt to the changes. Whenever we go to a new company, always understand that it's not going to change for us. In fact, we'll have to be flexible to accept the environment, accept what is going on in the company, then apply ourselves in. As we are discussing that the continuous improvement is the key to success. If we assume that we are number one, we don't need to learn anything, and we close the window of learning, that is the end to our professional career. Because when learning stops, you cannot make any progress further in your career. I am thankful to everybody on behalf of Elite Career Pathways to attend today's session, and you gave us your time. This is the contact details for us. You can reach us through our email, WhatsApp, or LinkedIn page, Facebook, or our website.